Do you like to cook once but eat twice? Today I'm going to show you in 3 easy steps how you can make these 2 fantastic dinners that will take no time. Pronto? Allora andiamo a cucinare. Ciao my friends, welcome to my kitchen. My name's Lucia. This is where I teach you easy, healthy recipes for everyday cooking. And today couldn't be more simple with these sheet pan dinners. So to start with, we want to make our dressing. We have a 1/4 cup of balsamic vinegar. And to that, we're going to add 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 2 teaspoons of black pepper. Now we want to mix to evenly incorporate the seasonings in the balsamic vinegar. Next, we want to add some olive oil, and we want to drizzle this in while continuously whisking the balsamic seasoned mix so that they evenly incorporate. Now that we have that, we're just gonna set that aside. So to start with our vegetables, I have some bell peppers that I've cut up. I've got red and orange. I have 2 of them. Now you can decide on how many bell peppers you want. I'm preparing a dinner for 4, so I figure a half a bell pepper per person. And then to that, I'm going to add an onion that I've sliced. And of course, if you have eaters that eat more, then maybe you want to do 1 bell pepper per person. All right, so now that we have our vegetables in here with our dressing that we made, we want to drizzle about half. And then using our tongs, we just want to mix all that dressing up in the vegetables, just so that everything is evenly incorporated. Okay, we want to take that and just place it on our sheet pan. Now in the same bowl, we want to take our chicken. Now you can use whatever chicken you would like, but I have some thighs with skin and bone in. I find that it is more flavorful, but whatever you would like. And again, I'm anticipating 1 thigh per person, but you can add, of course, however much you would like. And if you do want to make this for leftovers, definitely add extra for the next meal. All right, and now with our dressing, we are just gonna pour the remainder of that, and we wanna make sure that our chicken is evenly incorporated. Now we wanna place this on our sheet pan as well. Now most people, I notice when they do that, they always place it, skin side up. I actually like to start skin side down to let it cook, and then I will flip these over halfway through, and then the skin will get to finish cooking on the other side, and then it'll get nice and crispy. And so that's just how I like to do it, but however you want to do it is fine. And I have some dressing left over, so I'm definitely going to just pour the rest of that on here. All right, now using my tongs, I'm just going to spread that extra dressing around, evenly spread out my vegetables. You want to make sure that your sheet pan is not crowded, because that'll cause steam, and that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for everything to get nice and roasted here. All right, now that I have everything on my sheet pan, I'm going to place it in my oven of 425 degrees and cook this for probably about 40 minutes. So about 20 minutes into it, I will flip the chicken and move my vegetables around. Okay, now we are going to do our second sheet pan dinner, and this is a little different. And this one here is for my girlfriend Lori, because when I was telling her I was doing sheet pan dinners, she wanted to know if there was any cutting involved. And you can make it really, really simple with like hardly any cutting. So let me show you what that looks like. Okay, to start with, we're gonna squeeze some lemon juice, but I want to keep the lemon rind because there's a lot of flavor. So I'm going to zest these before I squeeze them. And I like to use, when I use my zester, I like to do it face up, because it'll hold all the zest in here, and I can just keep it in this little scoop until I'm ready to use it. Okay, you always want to roll your lemons so you can get as much juice out of them as possible. I'm using 2 because these are kind of small, and I am looking for about a 1/4 cup of juice. All right, now to that, just like we had done before, we want to add a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, a teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of black pepper. We want to whisk to fully combine all that seasoning. And then again, we want to drizzle about another 1/4 cup of olive oil in here. All right, so there is going to be a little bit of chopping here, but again, if you didn't want to, I know they sell onions that are already diced and sliced, so you could definitely buy that. But we're just going to slice this purple onion. add that to our bowl. I did have some sweet potatoes left over that I wanted to use, but so I did peel and cut them. But if you wanted to make it even more simple, you could probably take some baby reds, just wash them and just slice them in half. That'd be fine. But because I'm trying to use these, I wanted to incorporate these. And here is the beauty of this dish. So these are pretty much already chopped up for us. So we can just take basically everything in here, except the celery. I'm gonna take that out. I'm not gonna add the celery, but I am gonna save this because I'm gonna make some soup maybe later in the week, so I'll use it for that. But here's all of our vegetables already cut up, and so I'm just gonna add them to this bowl. Super simple, no cutting. And I have a pack of tomatoes. We wanna add about half of our dressing that we made. And we just, again, wanna toss like we did with the other one. And again, we are gonna place this on our sheet pan. And again, we're gonna take our chicken and place that in here with the rest of our dressing. Make sure it is all coated in the chicken. Now I'm feeling, because I have a lot of vegetables here, I don't wanna crowd the pan. So I'm gonna evenly spread this. And for my chicken, I'm just gonna place it on a separate, smaller sheet pan. And to that, I am gonna add these lemons that I squeezed. Again, we're gonna put in the oven at 425 degrees and cook for 40 minutes, but halfway through, we're gonna rotate our vegetables around. Okay, so our first dish came out. So you can see this chicken is beautifully golden brown, like I said, the skin would be. So I'm actually serving this with polenta. So I'm going to place some polenta on my plate first. And then to that, I'm going to add the chicken breast. I'm sorry, the thigh, it's not breast. Okay, the other thing I wanted to mention is that I forgot to tell you to add the artichoke hearts that I have. They're just quartered. I just got them out of a can. I just drained them and added it to that, so I forgot. But the last thing you want to add is some Kalamata olives, because again, we're trying to make this Mediterranean theme, and some capers. So I want to add that to the vegetables and just kind of give everything a nice toss. If you want to add the olives in there, you can. I wouldn't add the capers. I just think they're too delicate to be in the oven, but this is hot enough that it will cook. And so now I'm just gonna add some of the vegetables on the side here. And there we have our first dinner. So this would be for the first night. Now the second night, we're going to do something different and make it a different dinner. Okay, so for the next one is going to be tacos. So this is a great way, and we can just make like a Mediterranean type taco. So I have some hummus that I've had cilantro, cumin, and lime added to it, so it's very traditional in taco flavors. So I'm just gonna add a spoonful to each, and then I'm gonna add some of the meat. And it's great when you do it this way because, you know, we didn't even use like a whole thigh here, and we probably could have done a couple extra tacos. And then I'm just gonna take this filling that we have and place it in here. And to that, I'm gonna add some feta cheese. And there we have a beautiful taco. And then of course you could serve some rice on the side or some beans or whatever you'd like. So you've got two great meals that you've made with one sheet pan dinner. Now let's move on to the next sheet pan dinner. Okay, so now our second dish has come out. Fantastic. I had saved that lemon zest earlier, so now I'm going to place it on top of the vegetables that were cooked, and we're just gonna give it a toss just so that all that zest is incorporated. So now to plate this dinner up, I will take my beautiful chicken breast, and you can see again how nice and golden brown it gets when you cook it second on the top. And so we're just gonna add these vegetables to the side, and there you have a beautiful, healthy dish. I know it's January and a lot of us are thinking about eating healthy again, and so this is a great way to eat, especially if you're doing maybe keto or the Mediterranean diet. There's low carbs, it's perfect. If you wanted to serve it for a second meal, again, you can add a salad to this. You could, maybe I would add some rice, or maybe serve it over some pasta or couscous or whatever you would like, depending on whatever, you know, if you're on a diet and you're trying to keep it low starch, I would definitely have it with a side salad. But if you just want to eat healthy, maybe some rice or something like that would be great with that. These are some quick ideas, and I'd love to do more sheet pan ideas. If that's something that you guys would love to see more of, just go ahead and write in the comments below. But until next time, I'm Chef Lucia, and I'll see ya. Ciao.